When Angelina Jolie adopted baby Zahara, neither of them could have imagined just how drastically her life would transform. Today, we're taking a closer look at what Zahara looks like now and how far she's come. Ethiopia, situated in the Horn of Africa, is among the world's poorest nations, where daily life can be incredibly challenging. For many, the prospects of a happy life are slim, earning just enough to help their families survive. Those not working face another harsh reality. Many become orphans. In fact, over 4 million orphan children live on the streets, struggling to survive each day. One of these abandoned children was a 6-month-old baby girl named Zahara. She was found and taken to an orphanage, though she was painfully thin and emaciated from a lack of food and clean drinking water. She truly was in a terrible state. If no one had helped her, she would surely have died. However, her survival wasn't necessarily a good thing either, as she would have to work in the fields and collect sugarcane for the rest of her life. But only a few months after Zahara was taken to the orphanage, something happened that changed her life forever. Hollywood superstar Angelina Jolie and her then-husband Brad Pitt decided to adopt little Zahara. At the time, Angelina Jolie had no biological children of her own, though she had already adopted a 3-year-old boy named Maddox from an orphanage in Cambodia. The actress was very actively involved in raising money for various charities and good causes and had traveled to different countries to help children in need. When she traveled to Ethiopia and first laid eyes on Zahara, the child fascinated her. It was reported that Zahara's mother had died only days after giving birth, and her father was unknown, possibly even the one who had abandoned her on the streets. The only real family Zahara had was a grandmother who lived in the scorched village of Awassa. She and her 3 daughters lived in a 1-room shack with no electricity or running water. The grandmother was too frail and in no financial position to care for Zahara. That's part of the reason why the baby ended up in the orphanage, but she did ask the orphanage to pass on a message to Angelina Jolie. The message was simple. All I ask is that one day Miss Angelina could send me a picture of my granddaughter so I can remember her, and those beautiful big brown eyes, they're just like my daughter's eyes. Immediately after her adoption, Zahara traveled to the United States with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. She had her own room in a luxury Hollywood mansion and wanted for nothing. Over the years, as she grew up, Zahara lived a truly happy and fulfilled life. But it wasn't happiness based on money and fame. It was happiness based on family, love, and acceptance. She was part of something special. Before long, Brad Pitt became Zahara's real adoptive dad, and she received a double-barrel surname, Jolie Pitt. Both her mother and her father truly loved her, and they accepted her as part of their family as if she were their own. But despite what many might think, life wasn't perfect for Zahara. Because she was the daughter of 2 of the most high-profile and famous people in all of Hollywood, there were constantly paparazzi following her and taking photos, trying to dig up some new story for the tabloid press, and when the reporters couldn't find a story, they would simply make one up. One such fabricated story was that Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt were planning to return Zahara to Ethiopia, and that they were taking advantage of her due to the extreme poverty of her home nation and family. This couldn't have been further from the truth. That didn't matter to the press. They never let the truth get in the way of a good story. These kinds of stories were hurtful not only to Zahara, but also to Angelina and Brad. However, reporters did uncover one interesting fact. Zahara's real mother was alive. After giving birth, she abandoned Zahara, as having a child in such a way was seen as taboo in Ethiopia. She had no choice if she didn't want to be shunned or cast out by her friends and family. The woman would be seen as a disgrace, while the criminal who forced himself on her would have gotten away with it. So the best course of action was to get rid of Zahara and keep quiet about the whole thing. Speaking about her daughter, Zahara's mother said, "I've never disputed the adoption of my baby by Angelina Jolie. I think my daughter is a very fortunate human being to be adopted by a world-famous lady. I wish them both all the success they deserve." It was clear that she held no ill will toward Angelina or her daughter. After that, she once again disappeared into obscurity. As the years passed, Angelina Jolie adopted another child and gave birth to 3 of her own, meaning Zahara became one of 6 children, 4 boys and 2 girls. They all got along fantastically well, and their family unit was a strong and loving one. Despite their physical differences, all the children got along as if they were biological siblings. But when Zahara was 12 years old, her biological mother resurfaced, asking to see and talk to her daughter. Unfortunately, Zahara didn't see her as a mother at all. Yes, she might have given birth to her, but it was Angelina who had raised her and helped her grow into the strong, beautiful woman she had become. Still, one of the core values Angelina instilled in all her children was compassion and empathy, to be able to put yourself in others' shoes and feel what they were feeling. That's why Zahara finally agreed to travel to Ethiopia, but not to meet her biological mother. Angelina had tried to stay back and let Zahara handle the situation, but she stepped in when Zahara's biological mother tried to insert herself back into her daughter's life. Neither Angelina nor Zahara could be sure of her intentions, whether she genuinely wanted to make amends or was capitalizing on the fame and fortune of her biological daughter. During the trip, Zahara had the opportunity to meet with Ethiopia's first ever female president, discussing the country's culture and history, as well as some of its challenges. Zahara was in a unique position to potentially make a real change in the country, all thanks to her adoption by the Hollywood A-listers. Nowadays, Zahara is one of the most low-key people in Hollywood, and that's not a bad thing. She hasn't been involved in any scandals, hasn't gotten into trouble or been arrested, and hasn't drawn any negative attention. She's kept her life as low-key as possible, but she still stays busy, managing her own line of jewelry, doing voice acting in several big-budget movies, and on top of that, helping her mother with her social and outreach work, assisting various charities and foundations. Her work doesn't end there, as Zahara is also studying at the prestigious Spelman College in Atlanta. It's no wonder that Angelina is so proud of her beautiful adopted daughter. Any mother would be. Of course, some people still criticize Angelina Jolie for adopting a child from Ethiopia, but you only have to look at how much Zahara's life has improved to understand that it was the best thing that could have ever happened to her. What do you think of this story? Would you have had the kindness of heart to adopt Zahara if you were able? And how would you have felt if you were in Zahara's position? Going from a life of extreme poverty to one of luxury? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you liked this video. Please give a like, share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.